Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everyone for attending today's virtual meeting through Microsoft Teams. I hope everyone stays safe and healthy. So, the purpose of this meeting is to discuss some issues regarding our company and some matters to be confirmed before the 10th annual general meeting. Since this is a virtual meeting, there are some rules to be informed. During the meeting, please ensure you turn on your camera all the time and unmute yourself to speak. Kindly make sure your environment is free from interruptions. Thank you for your kind cooperation. So without any hesitation, can I start our meeting now? Alright, before we begin, I would like to know if there are any apologies for absent today. Miss Vinci, could you please confirm the attendance on the quorum?
Good day, everyone. Sure, Tan Sri. I have received a leave of absence from Datuk Nathan as he is having a medical body checkup today. He had apologized for his absence, Tan Sri.
Alright, thank you, Miss Vinci. Since everyone attended the meeting except Dato Nata, so let us proceed with the meeting now. Hence, I would like to confirm if any matter arose from the previous minutes of the meeting. No? Alright, so everyone accept and approve the previous meeting minutes, right? Good. Let's proceed. The notice of the board meeting has already been sent to all of the directors. If there is any objections, please raise your hand. No? Since there is no objection, so I decline the notice of the board meeting to be taken as read. So let us welcome Miss Vinci to share the details of it. Miss Vinci, could you please briefly explain it?
Sure, Tan Sri. Before I proceed with our meeting agenda today, I would like to explain again the voting procedure as the resolution will be resolved via voting. So it is just a recall back for the voting procedure later. When Tan Sri calls for a vote on the resolution, please raise your hand or nod as your head in front of the screen to let me know whether you agree or disagree. One director should only be entitled to one vote if the majority among the 5 directors agree with the resolution will be passed. So are there any questions? If not, I will continue to the agenda for today's meeting. Alright, so for today's meeting, we will have a total of 12 agendas. We'll mainly discuss first a review and approval of the audited financial statement for the financial year end 31st December 2021. Second, approval of report or statement related to the financial statement. Third, retirement and re-election of director. Fourth, fix the amount of director's fee and benefits. Fifth, reappoint the auditor for the company and fix the remuneration of the auditor. Six, authority to issue shares. Seven, additional investment of the shares in Rancak Travel Sdn Bhd. 8. Seek the loan from M-Bank Islamic Berhad. 9. Loan charge against the land at Mukim Pengkalan Kundur to secure loan repayment. 10. Approval of the resolution to hold the AGM and authorize secretary to issue the notice. 11. Review and approval the draft of the notice for 10 AGM. And last is to finalize the circular to the shareholders in relation to the proposed change of company name. That's all for the agenda. Does anyone of you have any question regarding the agendas?
No questions for me.
Okay, then I will pass back to our chairman to start with our agenda today.
Alright, thank you, Miss Vinci. Let's move to the first agenda, which is to approve the auditor financial statement for the year ending 31st December 2021. Since our external auditor is not able to attend the meeting today, can we have our managing director to present the auditor financial statement? Can you, Dato Irfan?
Sure, Tan Sri. Good day, everyone. The auditor from Maersk Malaysia PLT has passed their opinion and report on the audit of the financial statement to me. Let me share it with all of you. So, the auditors have audited the financial statement of Rancak Niaga Berhad, which comprise the statement of financial position, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity and statement of cash flow of the group and of the company for the financial period from 1st January 2021 to 31st December 2021 and notes to the financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policies as set out on pages 68 to 148. Based on the auditor's opinion, the accompanying financial statements gives a true and fair view of the financial position of the group and of the company as of 31st December 2021 and of their financial performance and their cash flows for the financial period from 1st January 2021 to 31st December 2021 in accordance with the Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard (MFRS), International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS), and the requirements of the Companies Act 2016 in Malaysia. The financial report provides reliable and useful information to the outsiders. In short, the auditors has issued an unqualified audit report for our company.
Thank you very much, Dato Irfan. I hope every one of you have read through the financial statement. So, any questions or comment regarding the auditor financial statement? No? Alright, so hope every one of you is clear on the auditor financial statements. Since there are no questions, then I will put the resolutions for voting. For those who agree to approve the auditor financial statement, please raise your hand.
Tan Sri, all agree on this agenda.
Alright, thank you for the response. So I hereby declare that the resolutions to review and approve the audited financial statement of our group and of our company for the financial year ended as of 31st December 2021 is passed. Hence, the approved audited financial statement will be presented in the next AGM. Alright, let us proceed with the next agenda, which is to approve the financial reports or statements related to the financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2021. So let's welcome again Miss Vinci. Miss Vinci, is your floor now.
Sure, Tan Sri. According to Section 340 of Company Act 2016, the audited financial statement shall be laid out during the AGM. So before the AGM, the audited financial statement must be approved by the board, as well as any report and statement related to the financial statement. It must be approved by at least 2 directors in accordance with Section 251 of the Company Act 2016. So may I know everyone has reviewed the reports or statement related to the financial statement?
Yes.
So are there any questions?
No, so far. Alright, before we proceed with the resolutions to work, let us welcome Datin Imida to give the opinion on behalf of all the directors. Please, Datin Imida.
Sure, Tan Sri. The opinion that I get from the all directors is the financial statements set out on pages 68 through 148 are drawn up in accordance with Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard (MFRS), International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS), and the requirements of the Companies Act 2016 in Malaysia to give a true and fair view of the financial position of the group and of the company as of 31st December 2021, and of their financial performance and cash flows for the period that ended.
Thank you so much, Tante Mida. So now everyone is clear on the reports or statements that are related to the financial statements. So let's vote in favor of these resolutions. Please raise your hand if you accept and support the reports or statements related to the financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2021. So please raise out your hand if you support it.
Tan Sri, all agree on this agenda.
Alright, thank you for your cooperations. Hereby, I announce that the reports or statement relating to the financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2021 has been approved. All the report or statements will be presented at the upcoming AGM along with the audited financial statements for discussions purpose only. So now, we will move to our next agenda, which is to discuss the retirement and re-elections of director. Ms. Vinci, may I invite you to give some explanations about this agenda?
Sure, Tan Sri. In every subsequent year, 1/3 of the members of board of directors should be retired from the board during the annual general meeting. We should propose one person among all directors retire during the AGM. So now we need to decide who should retire from the board for this year.
Miss Vinci, why don't the two of us need to retire since we are in multiple of three?
Well, according to the Article 105 subsection 1 of the company constitution, the directors have the power from time to time and at any time to appoint additional directors. So any directors appointed will only hold the office until the next annual general meeting, but shall be eligible for the re-election, which means that the additional directors must retire in the upcoming AGM. Hence, Encik Idris bin Yusof shall retire in the upcoming AGM. Except for the managing director, Datuk Irfan, an independent non-executive director, Encik Idris, one of the three directors will be retired from the office by rotation according to section 205, subsection 3B, retirement of directors. The reason why Datuk Irfan bin Badri was excluded from the retirement is due to it be stated in section 212 that third schedule of company act 2016 that managing directors will be excluded. Hereby only one director to retire in every year shall be the directors who have been the longest service period in the office since their last election will be taken into consideration.
Oh, I see. Thank you so much for the information, Miss Vinci. Now I'm clear on the procedure.
Alright, so now we need to decide who should retire from the board for this year together with Encik Idris.
I suggest Tan Sri as the director to be retired by rotation. This is due to Tan Sri having served for 35 months since the last reappointment compared to the other three of us as the service period was shorter than him. So what do others think?
I agree with Dato Nazir.
All right. May I know that if I have retired and I still eligible for re-election at the next AGM?
Yes, Tan Sri. The retired director shall be eligible for re-election as if he is not disqualified under this act. So you are still eligible for the re-election session at the upcoming AGM.
Oh, I see. All right. So me and Encik Idris will be retired in the upcoming AGM. So do you all agree on this retirement and re-elections of the directors? Encik Idris, are you okay with it?
Yes, Tan Sri and Latin Ameda. I accept and for this retirement and wish to re-action back in the upcoming AGM. I hope I can continue to serve the company.
Yeah, for me, I also agree to and willing to elect back to serve the company. It's my honor to do so. So do you all have any questions regarding this agenda? No? All right. Let us work in favor of these resolutions. Please raise your hand if you accept and support these decisions on the retirement and re-elections of the director. So please raise out your hand if you support it.
So based on the voting, all agree to this resolution.
All right, thank you all. The resolution has been approved. The board has given approval to me and Encik Idris to retire and be re-elected as directors in the upcoming annual general meeting. Now, let us move to the fourth agenda, which is to discuss the director fees and benefit for the upcoming year. Just for your information, the amount of director fee was 595,000 ringgit Malaysia and the benefits payable are up to 300,000 ringgit Malaysia in the last financial year. So now the session is open to all of you to provide your suggestions.
Hi Tan Sri. I do suggest that all these fees stay at the same amount as in the previous financial year.
I agree too and will recommend those fees remain the same amount as the previous year. This is due to the current tough situation during the COVID-19 outbreak. Our company's cash flow might be burdened if we increase the amount of all these fees.
Yeah, same goes for me. As a board of director, I think we should put the company and employees in the first place. The fees can be saved as reserve and used for unexpected situations.
Alright, it seems almost all of you agree to maintain all these fees. Let us proceed with the voting procedure. Do every one of you agrees with the resolutions? Raise your hand.
Alright, so based on the voting, all agree to this resolution.
Alright, since all the directors agree to the resolutions, which is to maintain the director fees and benefit as previous financial year for the upcoming year, hereby I decline the resolutions is passed. Thank you very much for taking care of our employees and the company. Shall we go to the next agenda now? Okay, now let us proceed with the fifth agenda of today's meeting, which is to reappoint the auditor and fix the remunerations of the auditor. Ms. Vinci, could you please explain the resolution to all of us again?
Sure, Tan Sri. For your information, Mercer Crowe Malaysia PLT has been appointed as our company auditor for a few years and have done a great job during the time as an external auditor. So here needed all of you to approve the reappointment of Mercer Crowe Malaysia PLT as our external auditors for the upcoming year until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Vinci. Are there any questions for all of you? No? Does everyone agree to the reappointment?
Tan Sri, for me, I have the same thought as Miss Vinci. I think everyone will agree on it since the Messrs Crowe Malaysia PLT had a good service and excellent work attitude to our company.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, good. So we will reappoint Mrs. Crown Malaysia's PLT as our company external auditor for the upcoming financial year. So let us proceed with the remunerations of the auditor's resolutions. So for the fees, I suggest that we should maintain the same amount as last year.
Excuse me, the amount was 190,000 ringgit per year, right?
Yes, Dati Mida.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Any other questions? No? So let's work now. If you agree, please raise your hand.
Tan Sri, as we have seen, all board members present agreed to reappoint Mercer Crowe Malaysia PLT as the company auditor and the remuneration of the auditors maintained same as previous year.
Alright, since everyone agrees with it, we will proceed with Mrs. Crown Malaysia's PLT as our company auditor in the upcoming AGM. Okay, let us move to the next agenda, which is to discuss the authority given to the directors to issue the share pursuant to Section 75 and Section 76 of the Company Act 2016. Ms. Vinci, can you explain more details about this agenda?
Alright, sure, Tan Sri. Based on Company Act 2016, directors should not allot shares without passing the ordinary resolution. Hence, this resolution may need to be passed in AGM before any action is to be taken. So, as we need to get approval every year from shareholders before any allotment is made.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Vinci, for the further explanations. I propose the authorization to be similar to the previous year. Does anyone of you agree?
Tan Sri, sorry for interrupting. May I confirm with you whether there are any major changes regarding this authorization, such as the issuance of additional shares?
No, there are no changes that will be made, Dato Irfan. And for your information, we have 10,788,318 units of ordinary share and each of the share equivalent to 1 ringgit Malaysia. By now, there's no plan to issue any additional share. Commonly, the major component of the authorization will remain the same as in the previous year. Is that clear?
Yeah, clear. Thank you, Tan Sri.
Any other questions? No? Okay, let's bring to the voting procedure. If you agree with the authorization, please raise your hand.
Based on the voting, all agree to this resolution.
All right, thank you. So hereby, I declare the resolution is passed. If there's no questions on this agenda, then we will move to our next agenda to discuss the additional investment of the share in Ranchat Travels Sdn Bhd. So regarding this agenda, actually I'm interested in investing more share in Ranchat Travels Sdn Bhd. And the reason on it is due to the involvement in tourism business will be a success because the government has been committed to strengthening the tourism industry since our country national borders will be reopened and we are now in the endemic phase also. Oh yeah, I have the information that IMIDA has prepared the proposals on behalf of Rancak Travels Sdn Berhad regarding this agenda. So, Datin IMIDA, can you share the information with us?
Sure, Tan Sri, it's my pleasure. So let me brief you all about Rancha Travel Sendirian Berhad first. Yeah, Rancha Travel Sendirian Berhad is our newly formed company in the tourism industry, and the existing directors are Datuk Ivan and me. The business of this company is to provide tourism agency service, primarily engaged in tour, transportation, and accommodation services. Since the border is reopened, a lot of tourists have started to travel all around the world or finding the travel company for their planning. The government also introduced a lot of package to boost the tourism field. Therefore, I believe that Tan Sri has made a good decision to invest in the tourism business.
Thank you so much for information. So, does anyone have a questions or comment on this additional investment?
Yes, Tansari and Datin Omeda, I would like to ask whether this additional investment will be beneficial for our company.
Oh yeah, thank you for asking this question, Angel Idris. I think all the directors are curious on this question also. In my opinion, after the government has reopened our national borders, the government has also promoted traveling packages to the public like Jom Cuti Cuti Malaysia to encourage citizens to travel within Malaysia. More and more people are starting to travel. Then based on my findings, Malaysia received 1 million tourists since opening borders. It means that the tourism industry is recovering. So I think that it is a great opportunity for us to strengthen our new company's position in the tourism market.
All right, thanks for your clarification.
Yeah, I also believe that the budgeted profit will increase with the help of the government in stimulating domestic tourism by providing more tax incentives and offering attractive discounts, vouchers, and rebates for Malaysians.
Sorry, but I think that there are few uncertainties resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic, such as the monkeypox outbreak and the Delta current that are still spreading worldwide.
Yes, I know your concern about it, Datung Nazir, but by now there is no monkeypox in Malaysia and our country's health minister is taking preventative measures to avoid monkeypox outbreak in Malaysia. At the same time, we will set a strategy on this matter. In case the government is considering closing the national border again. Then for the COVID-19 outbreak, the government now promotes citizens to coexist with virus.
Okay, alright, Datin Imelda.
So, does anyone of you have any other questions regarding this agenda? No? Alright, if there are no questions, I would like to ask, does anyone of you agree to the additional investment in the share in Rancak Travels Sdn Berhad? Alright, so if no one object to this method, I will assume all agree with this. So Miss Vinci, don't forget to record down, yeah?
Okay, Tan Sri. It seems like the majority agree with the additional investment in the shares.
Thank you, Miss Vinci. So hereby, I declare the resolution is passed. Let us move to the next agenda. So since we have agreed to invest more share in Rancak Travels Sdn Berhad, that's intended to see an 70 million ringgit Malaysia loan from M-Bank Islamic Berhad for our investment. So this is our agenda to discuss. Datin Imida, could you please explain more on this issue?
Yeah, sure, Tan Sri. I have reviewed our company's financial projection and financial statement for these three recent years. But I'm sorry to tell you that our company does not have a sufficient capital resource for new investment or any future events. So we have no choice but to seek a loan from a bank.
May I know if we borrow a loan from bank, will this loan become too much of a burden to our company? How about if we reduce the borrowing amount?
Oh, no worries, Angel Idris. I have minimized the borrowing amount and risk assessments was presented in my proposal, as well as the planning of money repayment and interest charged on the loan. You may refer to the proposal I have sent in the chat room. Yeah, I think all of you have downloaded the file, right? So please refer to the page 11. There's a table down there. It is estimated that the investment in Lancha Travels and Grand Berhad will bring more profit and dividend to our company, which is approximately 150% of our investment, after considering a variety of factors. So I think that it will be no problem for us to repay the installment and interest of loan. If we borrow too little, we need to finance the investment by using the company capital, and I am afraid that it will bring more financial crisis to our company when we do have sufficient capital for our day-to-day operation.
I see. So, Datin Imelda, can I know why you choose loan from Bank Islamic Berhad instead of other banks?
Based on my findings, mBank Islamic Berhad is offering the lowest annual interest rate, which is 8% per annum, and the processing fees is only 1% of the loan amount.
Alright, thank you, Datin Imelda, for the explanation.
Okay. Everyone of you seems clear on the proposals and the issue for seeking the loan. May I know any additional questions?
So far clear, Tan Sri. I agree to borrow the loan from Bank Islamic Bank Berhad because the return we get from this fund is bigger than the payment that we need to burden.
Same goes for me. I believe the funds we get will be used wisely and bring a huge benefit to our company's future development.
Alright, let's proceed with the voting now. May I know how many of you are agree with the proposals of Dati Imida on borrowing a 70 million ringgit Malaysian loan from Bank Islamic Berhad? If you agree, please raise out your hand.
Thanks, Sri. All the directors agree on this agenda.
Thank you so much, Miss Vinci. So hereby, I declare the resolution is passed. Dati Imida, don't forget to prepare the relevant loan application form to submit to the particular party.
Sure, Tan Sri.
Alright, let's move to the next agenda for today, which is to discuss the loan charge against the land at Mukim Bekalang Kundo to secure the loan repayment. Dato Irfan, would you want to take over this section?
Sure, Tan Sri. Just now we already discussed on the loan borrowed from the Bank Islamic Berhad, and this loan will be charged against the land at Mukim Pengkalang Kundo to Bank as collateral to secure the loan repayment.
Dr. Irfan, I have a question for you. Why don't we choose collateral-free loan so that we can borrow loan without any guarantee or pledge?
Okay, to answer your question, please allow me to tell you the benefits we can enjoy from the loans charged against property. First, we can enjoy a lower interest rate like what Datin Imelda mentioned in our previous agenda discussion just now, and it decreases the total cost of the loan. Then, we can repay over a long tenure. It can up to 20 years and it allows us to tailor our repayment by opting out for suitable monthly installments.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Dr. Irfan, for your clarification.
Yeah, I also think that it would be more effective for our company to manage big ticket expenses comfortably because this loan offer a large session at a low interest rate and for a long tenure.
Yes, I totally agree with what Dati Almeida said. The large amount of expenses would negatively impact our company's financial well-being if made out of pocket. So we have to borrow prudently, but not to compromise the safety of our land.
Actually, there is another benefit we can enjoy from this loan, which is the tax incentive on the interest payment. We can claim a tax deduction on the interest paid, which is 20% of the total amount of the company's earning before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.
Wow, it's great. It seems like everyone is clear on this agenda, and it's good to secure the loan repayment by the land as collector. So, anyone of you have any additional questions? No? Alright, let's proceed with the voting procedure. Does everyone agree with the loan borrow charge against the land and Mukim Bakalang Kundo?
Tan Sri, all the directors agree on this agenda.
Alright, thank you. Since everyone of you agrees on it, so hereby I declare the resolution is passed. Now, let's proceed with our 10th agenda, which is to approve the resolutions to hold the next AGM and authorize the secretary to issue the notice. So for the date, I would like to suggest having our upcoming AGM on 21st July 2022, which will be held by next month. Miss Vinci, could you please help me to check whether on that day has any important company events?
Give me a moment, Tan Sri. We don't have any significant company event booked on that date.
Oh, great! How about the others? Will you all be available during that day?
I'm available during that day, Tan Sri.
Me too, Tan Sri.
Same here, Tan Sri.
Same here too, Tan Sri.
Alright, it seems every one of you is available for that day. Hence, we have passed the resolutions to hold the AGM on 21st July 2022. Oh yeah, Miss Vinci, don't forget to inform Dato Nata regarding the agenda that has been discussed today as well as the date of the upcoming AGM.
Yes, Tan Sri, I will do that.
Excuse me, may I know what mood will be used to conduct our AGM?
Alright, so with the recent outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, I think we should consider conducting our 10th AGM in a hybrid mode. It means the shareholders can join physically at the broadcast venue or join by the virtual platform during the meeting.
I'm okay with it, but what platform will be used for the shareholders and directors who are not able to attend the meetings physically?
I suggest the Trico website as our virtual platform to ensure it's our stakeholders since the platform is reliable for everyone to cast their voting.
Oh, but for me, I think I can attend physically. May I know where is the broadcast place?
I'm so happy to be seeing you at our next AGM, Datin Ilda. The broadcast place is in our own building at Lot 10 Complex Dagangan Chandun.
All right, I have noted it now.
So I think all of you agree that AGM to be conducted in hybrid mode.
Okay, let me explain more about our upcoming AGM. Actually, the flow of our AGM meeting is similar to today's meeting, just that our shareholders and proxies must are registered to attend the AGM. But no worry, the proxy form will be start soon. Will be sent soon together with the notice of AGM.
Sorry, one question from me. I don't know how to join the meeting by using the Trico website.
Oh, no worries, Dato Nazir. I have completed a guideline on this matter, so I will send after our meeting has been dismissed.
Awesome, it helps me to make things easier.
Alright, it's great. Get up with a good work, Miss Vinci. I think it's crucial to put our health and safety first by adhering to all the advice from our government. I hope everything will be ready for the AGM process from pre to post meeting to avoid any hassles to any parties and is well prepared.
Alright, thanks, Sri. So the upcoming AGM will be held on 21st July 2022 at 3 p.m. on a hybrid basis with the combination of virtual platform through Frico with physical meeting venue at Lot 10, Complex Dagangan Chandun 06010 Chandun, Kedah, Malaysia. Kindly take note on this important date and time, yes, Director.
Alright, thank you, Miss Vinci. Oh yeah, don't forget to prepare the notice of agent after the end of this board meeting.
Okay, Tan Sri, I will send the latest notice of AGM to all the directors as well as our shareholders after this.
Alright, So I hereby authorize Ms. Vinci to issue the notice of AGM and decline to hold the 10th AGM of Ranchak Niaga Berhad in hybrid mode, as discussed just now. So, alright, let's proceed with our 11th agenda of today's board meeting, which is to review and approve the notice for 10th annual general meeting. For that, I'd like to invite Ms. Vinci to give you all more briefings regarding this matter.
Sure, Tan Sri. As per we agreed earlier in Agenda 10, I would like to finalize the agendas that will be discussed in the notice of our AGM.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so there will be 5 ordinary businesses and 2 special businesses to be passed by the resolution in the AGM. Okay, so now let us go through our ordinary business purposes. The ordinary business includes first is to lay the approved audited financial statement for the financial year ended as of 31st December 2022, report of the directors and auditors together with reports related to the financial statement which are laid in accordance with section 340 subsection 1A, the Companies Act 2016, which is for discussion only. Second, the approval of the directors' remuneration amounting to 595,000 ringgit Malaysia for the financial year ended 31st December 2021. Third is the approval of directors' benefit payable to 300,000 ringgit Malaysia for the period from 21st July 2022 until the conclusion of the next AGM to be held in 2023. Next is the retirement of General Tan Sri Mohammed bin Mohammed Ali and Encik Idris by rotation in accordance with Article 123 of the Constitution of the company. They have offered themselves the chances to be re-elected as the directors of the company. Besides that, we have the reappointment of Mercer Crowe Malaysia PLT as our auditors of the company for the following years until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting and to fix their remuneration. So I think that's all. Are there any other agenda to be included for the ordinary business purposes?
No? Alright, then Ms. Vinci, you may move for the special business.
Sure, Tan Sri. There are 2 special businesses. Firstly, we need the approval of authority for directors to issue and allot shares pursuant to section 75 and 70C of the Companies Act 2016. Next, we have to finalize and approve the approval change of the company name from Ranchak Niaga Berhad to Ranchak Niaga Holding Berhad. So I think that is all our agendas proposed at our AGM. So are there any points or agendas that I have missed?
Alright, thank you everyone. Since there are no amendments, I would like to say that the notice of AGM is good to be issued. With that, I therefore decline this agenda to be resolved. So, let us proceed with the last agenda for today's board meeting, which is finalizing the circular to the shareholders in relation to the proposed change of company name. So, I'd like to invite Ms. Vinci again to give brief further information regarding this matter.
Sure, Tan Sri. As agreed in the last board meeting on 28 April 2022, the company name will change from Ranchak Niaga Berhad to Ranchak Niaga Holding Berhad. So for your information, the new company name has been reserved and the draft of the circular to the shareholders regarding the proposed change of name also has been completed.
Wow, great job, Ms. Vinci. Any additional information that you want to add on?
Yes, Tan Sri. Currently, the draft of a circular to the shareholders in relation to the proposed changing from Ranchak Niaga Berhad to Ranchak Niaga Holding Berhad is completed and has been distributed to all the directors. So all the directors can take a look. For your further info, the proposed name also was approved by Companies Commission of Malaysia (CCM) on 21st May 2022 for a period of 30 days from 21st May 2022 to 20th June 2022. The proposed name will be effective from the date of issuance the notice of registration new name by CCM if it is approved by the shareholders. So therefore, are there any issues regarding the draft circular to shareholders in relation to the proposed change of name before we bring it to the AGM to get approvals by the members?
Sorry to interrupt. Is our reservation of name is still valid? Since we obtained the approval on 21st May 2022, from my experience, the validity period for the reservation of name only lasts for 30 days from 21st May 2022.
Oh yeah, forget to mention just now. Fortunately, the CCM has extended our validity period to 21st August 2022 and possibly maybe further extended by the CCM. This may ease our voting and approval from our shareholders of the company. According to the special resolution, a majority of not less than three-fourths of shareholders of the company are entitled to vote at the 10 AGM.
All right. Thanks, Miss Vinci, for the brief explanation.
Miss Vinci, sorry, may I know if there is any effect toward different parties and capitals in the company if the company's name is changed?
Okay, so for your question, I can say that there is no effect on the issue and paid up capital, net asset, earning per share during, and substantial shareholding if there is change of company name. Also, none of the directors and shareholders of the company will be affected due to the change of name by having any interest directly or indirectly.
Okay, thank you for your response to my question, Miss Vinci.
You are welcome, Datuk Nazir. So, is there any matter regarding the change of company name or the circular?
Alright, since every one of you don't have any questions, let us vote in favor of these resolutions. Please raise your hand if you accept and support the change to the company name as well as the circular to the shareholder.
So, based on the voting, the majority of directors agreed to this resolution.
Alright, thank you for your cooperation. Hereby, I announce that the circular to the shareholders in relation to the proposed change of company names has received approval from the board. This agenda will be presented and voted by the shareholders at the upcoming AGM. Alright, I think we have reached the end of our meeting. Miss Vinci, can you set out the resolutions we have passed today, please?
Yes, of course, Tan Sri. We have a total of 12 agendas that have been discussed during the board meeting today. Okay, so for the first agenda, all directors have agreed to approve the company audited financial statement for the fiscal year ended 31st December 2021, and it will be presented at our upcoming AGM. For the second agenda, all the board members have accepted and supported the report or statement relating to the financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2021. For the third agenda, we have discussed retirement and re-election of directors. All the directors have agreed that Encik Idris will retire in the upcoming AGM and Tan Sri Mohammed will be retired by rotation. Both will be re-elected as directors in the upcoming AGM. For the fourth agenda, all the directors are agreed that the directors' fees and benefit for the upcoming year to be remain the same as the previous year, which means directors' fee will be maintained at 595,000 ringgit Malaysia and benefits payable up to 300,000 ringgit Malaysia. For the fifth agenda, all the board members are agreed with the reappointment of Mercer Chrome Malaysia PLT as our company auditor for the upcoming financial year and maintain the remuneration as the auditor at 190,000 ringgit Malaysia as per last year. For the sixth agenda, we have discussed the authorization of board of directors to issue shares. All the directors agreed that there will be no issuance of additional shares or reduction of existing shares, so the company ordinary share will be maintained at 10,788,380 units. For the seventh agenda, we have discussed the additional investment of the shares in Ranchak Travel Sdn Bhd and all the board members agreed with this matter. For the eighth agenda, all the board members agree with the proposal by Director Ineda on borrowing RM70 million loan from Bank Islamic Berhad as the fund for the additional investment of the shares in Ranchak Travel Sdn Bhd. For the ninth agenda, all the directors also agreed with the loan charged against the land at Mukim Pengkalan Kundo as collateral to secure the loan repayment. For the 10th agenda, we have discussed the approval of the resolution to hold the upcoming AGM. All the board members agreed the meeting to be conducted in hybrid mode on 31st July 2022 at 3 p.m. and Ms. Vinci is authorized to issue the notice of AGM to the shareholders. For the 11th agenda, All the directors have reviewed and approved the draft of the notice for 10 AGM, including the ordinary businesses and special business to be discussed in the upcoming AGM. For the 12th agenda, lastly, we have finalized the circular to the shareholder. It's in relation to the proposed change of the company name from Ranchat Niaga Berhad to Ranchat Niaga Holding Berhad. And this agenda has been agreed, opened by the board members. So I think all of these I have mentioned are concluded from what we have been discussed in our meeting today.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Vinci. Let's give a big clap to our Miss Vinci for her hard work. So, from the conclusions made by our secretary, if there's no other matter that need to be discussed, I would like to look for motions to adjourn.
I propose that the meeting to be adjourned.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Same here.
All right. And now declare that the meeting has been adjourned. Thank you for you all for attending today's meeting. That's all.
Now you all may be dismissed from the board meeting. You may leave the meeting room now. Thank you.
Goodbye and stay
Thank
safe,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Thank
everyone.
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.